It begins not with a warrior, but with a longing for home. After 10 brutal years of war at Troy, the great hero Odysseus sets sail for Ithaca, the island he calls home. But the journey that awaits him will last another 10 years, a voyage through storms, temptation, and the wrath of the gods. Odysseus has angered the sea god Poseidon by blinding his son, the Cyclops Polyphemus. And so, every time he sets sail, Poseidon stirs the waves, determined that Odysseus will never reach home. This is no simple voyage, it is a test of endurance, wit, and destiny. His men first reach the land of the lotus eaters, where strange fruit makes sailors forget everything, even their homes. Odysseus drags them back to the ships, knowing that memory and purpose are his only hope. On the next island, they find a cave filled with cheese and sheep, the home of the Cyclops Polyphemus. The monster traps them, devouring Odysseus's men one by one. But Odysseus, ever cunning, blinds the Cyclops with a burning stake and escapes beneath the bellies of the sheep. As he sails away, he proudly shouts his name, and that single act of pride seals his curse. The god of winds, Aulus, gives Odysseus a bag containing every wind except one, the west wind that will take him home. But his curious crew opens it, and a storm drives them back to the sea. They next meet Circe, the enchantress who turns men into pigs. With the help of Hermes, Odysseus resists her magic. For a year, he stays by her side until his men remind him of his duty, Ithaca. Later, Circe warns him of the dangers ahead, the sirens, whose song lures sailors to their deaths. Odysseus fills his men's ears with wax and ties himself to the mast, so he alone can hear their song and live to tell the tale. Then come the twin horrors, Scylla, the six-headed monster, and Charybdis, the deadly whirlpool. Odysseus must sail between them, losing some of his men but saving the rest. Each loss is a wound upon his soul. Despite warnings, his crew slaughters the sacred cattle of Helios, the sun god. In punishment, Zeus destroys their ship with a lightning bolt. Odysseus alone survives, washed ashore on the island of the nymph Calypso. For 7 years, Calypso keeps him prisoner, offering him immortality if he'll stay. But Odysseus longs for his wife, Penelope, and his son, Telemachus. At last, the gods take pity. Hermes orders Calypso to release him, and she watches as he builds a raft and sails once more into the unknown. At long last, Odysseus lands in Ithaca, disguised as a beggar. His palace is overrun by arrogant suitors, all trying to marry Penelope and steal his throne. Penelope, ever faithful, has waited 20 years, weaving and unweaving her shroud to keep the suitors at bay. Odysseus reveals himself to his son Telemachus, and together they plan revenge. Penelope proposes a contest. Whoever can string Odysseus's great bow and shoot an arrow through 12 axe heads shall be her new husband. None succeed until the beggar steps forward. He strings the bow effortlessly, fires the arrow, and reveals his true identity. What follows is swift and brutal justice. The suitors fall one by one, and Odysseus reclaims his home. At last, husband and wife are reunited. Athena herself brings peace to Ithaca, ending the long years of suffering. Odysseus has come full circle, from glory to humility, from rage to wisdom. The Odyssey is not just the story of a hero, it's the story of every human journey. A tale of perseverance, temptation, and the struggle to find one's way home, to family, to faith, to self. Even thousands of years later, Homer's words still echo across time, reminding us that life itself is an odyssey and that the greatest victory is simply to endure. This was the Odyssey, the timeless epic of courage, fate, and the human spirit. If you enjoyed this cinematic summary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more stories that shape the ancient and modern world.